According to Anthony Slater, the plan is to limit Al Horford to the 20 to 24 minute range coming off the bench to open his Warriors tenure. The minute restriction for Horford to begin the year entailed that a starting lineup of Curry, Podziemski, Butler, Kuminga, and Green was whipped out by Steve Kerr. Let's hope the starting five can be solidified soon and doesn't constantly have to be a storyline. In addition to that, Moses Moody remained out with a hip injury. Nevertheless, adding fuel to the fire, Stephen Curry would tweet before this one, quote, "Lock in, #DubNation, #17. Draymond started 0 for 3 with a turnover as he missed a couple wide-open triples, while Kuminga looked out of sync as he missed a layup and bricked a forced mid-ranger. However, elite second option Jimmy Butler was stepping up early as he scored 7 of the Dubs' first 12 points. Gary Payton II had a monster chase-down block on Austin Reeves with Green contesting at the rim to allow the play to happen. However, GP2 would miss 2 bunnies, one off a perfect setup from Horford. Draymond then received the tech. With the game tied at 12, Kuminga stepped into a key jumper from deep, before Buddy Hield immediately forced a steal and laid it home. Buddy Hield shed Marcus Smart with a nasty hesitation. Defensively, the Warriors were in an active zone, which forced the Lakers into 8 first-quarter turnovers. Horford drilled his first triple as a Warrior off a skip pass from Jimmy. Butler had 12 points, a dime, and a steal on 7 for 7 shooting from the foul line, all in the opening frame. Butler's dominance continued into the second Q as he was getting downhill, drawing fouls, hitting mid-range jumpers, and generally keeping a flow to the offense. 5 minutes into the second, Curry and Horford checked in, and they ran next to an intriguing lineup of Richard, Kuminga, and GP2. Will Richard had several opening half steals, and he lobbed to GP2 on the fast break after snatching one of them. Marcus Smart nearly dislocated Curry's shoulder in dirty fashion and was rightfully assessed a flagrant. Kuminga locked up Luka on one end before finding Curry in transition on the other. An after timeout set saw the Dubs run a reverse split action with Jimmy dishing to set up Curry on a backdoor slip. Watch how Curry comes off this Kuminga screen before niftily pass fake into the corner to open up space before laying it home. After the Lakers made a run behind Luka and Rui, with Doncic hitting incredible shots, Podziemski hit a critical triple before Jimmy caught an air ball from Steph and got to the line to give the Warriors a 1-point advantage entering half. The Warriors ran an action to get Kuminga open for this jumper, which he confidently knocked down. Jonathan then cut back door off an assist from Draymond. Kuminga then bailed the Dubs out at the back end of the shot clock with this missile from the corner. Jimmy isolated Gabe Vincent before flashing the too small celly. Kuminga then locked down to play great defense on Ayton on the inside. Speaking of playing great defense on Ayton, and Draymond would draw a charge on DeAndre, then force him into a brick a possession later. Draymond and Curry's decade and a half of playing together showed itself on this play as Green set up Curry. Green then masterfully dished to GP2 for this slam. An in-rhythm JK splashed home this jumper from the corner off a Curry dime to give him 11 points in the third frame. Hield drained a highly contested deep-range bomb from way outside. This could have been an and one for Kuminga based off the way things were called on the night. Off this dribble penetration from Pods, Hield drained another triple, and on the other end, Horford swatted his former teammate in Marcus Smart. The rookie Rich was in the right place at the right time to snatch this Buddy airball and beat the shot clock. Hield's opening night clinic continued to start the fourth frame as he'd connect off a nasty outlet from Draymond. Draymond again pushed the pace in transition, this time off the dribble, before showing off his strength to muscle through Jackson Hayes for this and one. Draymond's clinic continued as he'd set up Hield for another triple for his 9th dime of the night. Jimmy backed down and gave himself 27 points on the evening, and the Warriors a 16-point advantage with just under 8 minutes remaining. Out of a timeout, rookie Will Richard again came through under pressure by draining a key spot up from the corner. Another after timeout with the Warriors trying to answer a 9-0 Laker run saw the Dubs work the ball around to generate a wide-open Draymond triple. Here it's Jimmy flying right past Luka, up faking around Hachimura, then ducking in to give him 29 on the night. Then it was Jimmy finding GP2 on the baseline with a nifty bouncer in traffic after Butler ran a nice little two-man game with Curry. Then it was Batman sealing the dub with a highly contested triple from 40 feet, as Curry might as well have said night-night following that overdose over Gabe Vincent. We knew how good of a team the Warriors were with Jimmy Butler, as they finished with the third best record in the association with Jimmy in the lineup last season. Before getting undercut by Houston's Amen Thompson last spring, Butler was going off, averaging over 30 points per game in the postseason, something many people tend to forget. That's why this performance from Jimmy on opening night wasn't surprising. That said, how he operated so smoothly after spraining his ankle in training camp was great to see. How Butler was pivoting and coming to clean jump stops in the lane was dominant, and the man didn't look hampered by that ankle in the slightest bit. Overall, for the Dubs, the offense was flowing all night, and whether it was Butler, Kuminga, Curry, Hield, or at times Pods, the boys were executing against a LeBron-less Lakers team. Much of this was due to Draymond Green, whose fingerprints were all over the Dubs' W. Dre was finding cutters on the inside, finding snipers on the wing, all while locking down the interior and setting big body screens time after the next. Defensively, the Warriors were menacing. The rotations were utterly in sync from the perimeter through to the back end. The Lakers shot 25% from deep, a testament to the intensity of the Warriors' personnel and the execution of their game plan. This game plan entailed playing a ton of zone defense, trapping Luka, and cutting off three-pointers and trusting the next rotation. The chemistry this team displayed, especially for an opening night, was striking. You could see the veterans like Curry, Draymond, and Horford seamlessly guiding the younger core, Kuminga, Podziemski, and Richard, through each possession with a blend of poise and energy that felt purposeful. Kerr's decision to go deep into his bench early wasn't just about managing minutes, it was about establishing rhythm and trust. You could feel it in the way the ball moved, snappy, unselfish, and precise. The Warriors' zone defense, which had caused confusion in the preseason, looked polished and disruptive here. They were cutting off driving lanes, rotating on time, and forcing the Lakers into tough late shot clock jumpers. Even with Moody out and Horford playing under 25 minutes, Golden State didn't look thin defensively. Every possession featured layered help coverage and strong communication. Green barking out switches, Butler calling out screens, and Horford positioning the back line like a conductor. Their 40-39 rebounding edge might not look huge on paper, but the timing of their boards mattered. Draymond and Horford snagged critical defensive rebounds that iced possessions and denied second-chance points. For a first game, this was a masterclass in structure and discipline. If this game was any indication, the Warriors have found something sustainable, an identity that fuses experience with emerging athleticism and renewed hunger. Jimmy Butler's leadership has already become the connective thread between eras. He plays with that old-school intensity, but brings a calm that keeps everyone locked in. Horford, though on a minute limit, showcased his value beyond the box score, setting rock-solid screens, making quick decisions, and anchoring the defense when things got chaotic. Curry and Draymond's synergy remains the heartbeat, but now they've got the right supporting cast around them to keep the energy consistent from tip-off to the final buzzer. The message from this opener was clear. This isn't a nostalgia act. It's a team retooled for another real run. The Warriors didn't just survive the offseason overhaul, they redefined who they are, and if they can continue to build on this blend of chemistry, defensive precision, and veteran poise, a championship isn't just a goal, it's a legitimate possibility.